This video is just going to give a quick introduction to the PERC Reporting Standard 2021, and we'll show you how to navigate it and some tips on navigating it on key changes since the previous version, which was 2017 version. My screen is showing the PERC website and the PERC standard section of it on there. If I scroll down on that page, you'll see that there's a brief explanation about the PERC Reporting Standard 2021, and then there are links for 4 files which you can download. The main one which we'll be looking at first is the PERC Reporting Standard 2021 PDF file. That includes the information of the following 2 files, one of which is table 1 in a separate Excel version, which it makes it easier if you want to add your own comments and customize it for particular projects you're working on. And there's a 2-page summary of the PERC standard definitions, which is one of the key elements of PERC, in that these definitions are aligned with the CRISCO international definitions, which are shared by all members of CRISCO. So if I click on this, we'll open the PERC Reporting Standard. I'll just reduce the size a little bit so you can see the full page. So this is the single PDF file, and it has contains all that you need, including table 1. If we just go down through the pages, you see there's just some information about PERC legal status. Then the next page has the foreword, which gives the background and history of the PERC Reporting Standard. Then a page with the definitions, which are shared with CRISCO, and this is one of the key elements that maintains alignment between all of the CRISCO members in terms of the reporting codes and standards that they're using to ensure everyone uses the same terminology. Then on the next page, there's the overall main table of contents with all 12 sections of the PERC Reporting Standard 2021. And on the page after that, there's a summary of the appendices and tables. So I'll just go back now to show a navigation. I'll go back to the list of definitions. If I hover over that, you will see when I go to the clause numbers and the page numbers, the cursor changes. That indicates that they're hyperlinked to the relevant section in the document. So if I click, for instance, here on clause 2.11, that jumps me straight to the definition of public reports. And as you'll be aware, this is really the key to all of the CRISCO codes and standards, in that they are codes and standards for public reporting, which means reports that are prepared for the purpose of informing investors, or potential investors, and their advisors on exploration results, which in case of PERC is taken to include exploration targets, mineral resources, and mineral reserves. And then if you see, well, we can see the top of the following page at the bottom of the screen here, but if I just scroll up to the top of the current page, you will see here at the top, there's a link to contents page. So this is one of the main tools that you can use for jumping around to relevant sections in the PERC standard, in that if I click on this, it takes me back to the table of contents. Obviously, if I wanted to look at more definitions, I would have to go back to the preceding page and go to whatever other definition was of interest. But if I'm interested in looking at some of the contents, you'll see here in this table of contents, when I move over to the page number, those are also indicating that those are hyperlinked. And if, for instance, we want to see section 12, environmental, social, and governance considerations, which was one of the important additions to the PERC Reporting Standard 2021, which is not contained, well, is much shorter in the CRISCO International Template 2019, and has been expanded in the PERC version and renamed as well. That in the CRISCO template, you'll find this is called sustainability considerations, but we felt because environmental, social, and governance has been widely used in the investor community at the moment, we felt appropriate to reword that. But and the guidance expands considerably on what was given in the CRISCO template, and there are some additional clauses as well if you go down further page. So and once again, if we want to go back to the table of contents, we jump back to here. So I hope that has helped. If you do encounter any problems with specific PDF browsers or PDF readers, please let us know so we can try and address that in future versions of the reporting standard. And if you have any general comments or queries, please submit them via the PERC Reporting by the PERC website, where you can also sign up to a PERC mailing list, which will inform you about any webinars and training courses that we may be organizing.